All right, Lianna, you have the most mispronounced name in SaaS.
It's true.
What's the correct pronunciation?
You just did it. Lianna, like banana, unless you're British or Australian, in which case all bets are off.
Liana.
Liana. Arnar. That's,
Liana.
we won't get into
Um,
how I try to do an Australian accent.
if this call was a song, what would you want it to be?
Like a genre of song? I think it would be like a country ballad, except instead of singing about, how our dog's dead and our wives have left us, we'd be singing about how shitty emails are and how life could be so much better on the other side of the river.
All right, I agree. And that's good because should we talk about some emails?
I think we should, but first, who are you?
Flip. Well, yeah, I'm Mark. And I write emails and take care of people's life cycle for a living. I've been doing it for many years now, and then officially declared my major in emails last year. And since then, helping all sorts of SaaS companies to crush it using lifecycle marketing. And who are you, Liana?
You, how could you? How could you? Just immediate
It's all
dagger
right.
to my heart.
My name is really Moss, so don't worry about it.
Like Liv Moss, like Taco Bell? Are you secretly a chihuahua? Just anyway, horrible. We've had a face-off moment within the first 2 minutes of this video. That's what I strive for. I'm Lianna. I also do emails for a living and websites and landing pages for SaaS. And I am stuck on hearing you say that you take care of people's life cycle for a living because my brain autofilled the word livestock. And I was just like, that's such a pleasant idea. Just
Well, look,
shepherding all the emails into the
if AI doesn't work out, that's my national profession.
shepherd.
Uh, yeah, I'm gonna become a sheep farmer. Clearly,
A
there's
Welsh
allegedly
shepherd.
3 sheep to every person in Wales, so which
Didn't know
is quite a
that.
lot. You
You
can't claim
send me
them,
some of
but
yours.
they're accounted to your name. Um,
Okay.
all right, I'm gonna share my screen, and we'll look at some emails. Uh, okay, here we go. So we have a fake SaaS company. I'm going to tell you about them. They're a B2B team collaboration and project management tool, like Asana or Monday.com, but a bit more corporate. And their current vibe is professional, safe, jargon heavy, and completely forgettable. They're
Classic.
called OmniSync or OmniStank.
Wow.
Um,
You had that one in the tank, huh?
yep. I've been waiting to use that one for years. So here we've generated 2 terrible emails. Well, not terrible, but pretty forgettable, I think. Liana, what do you think?
I think you should zoom in because I'm old and I can't see it. But then I'm sure I'll have thoughts. And so
I'm
for
just
those
gonna.
following along at home, we are A, 100% winging this, and B, deciding that we're going to talk about how we approach rewriting emails like this, and then we're going to rewrite it together,
Uh,
like
how do I
friendly
hide
sheep.
this? Hide
Okay,
only.
product update. Introducing role-based access control. We are excited to announce that role-based access control, RBAC, is now live in your OmniSync workspace. We know that as your organization scales, managing user permissions becomes increasingly complex, blah, 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 blah. You can do stuff. We get our first imperative verb in the bullet points halfway through the email. And until now, it has just been about wee. This feature is designed to stream your administrative workflows and ensure that your data remains secure. To learn more about how to configure RBAC for your team, please read our comprehensive Help Center documentation. And I'll give our generated email the benefit of the doubt and assume that read our comprehensive Help Center documentation would actually be linked to the Help Center
Yes.
because otherwise it's a real FU.
It really felt like a lot of overkill to go and create a whole website and
I
all the help
mean,
center documentation just for this call.
whatever. Next time, please commit to the bit, okay? Um, okay, so if I'm looking at this, my first question is, what are we trying to get them to do? We clearly want them to start using these new features, these new updated features, right? We should maybe pick one that's going to be the most important to everyone. We should take out a lot of the we and make it more about you. And then I'm going to be looking for like a frame or some sort of story that we can apply to the document, because it's much more interesting to have like a concrete analogy or a metaphor or some sort of visual with this than it is to just be like, hey, we made some stuff, please click. And that would be my approach. What would be your
Yeah.
approach?
Well, feature announcements, they are usually pretty forgettable because of that. Because of that kind of like, here's what we did. We're excited to announce. I will file "we're excited to announce" under the same category of when people pre-announce something and they say something big is coming, and it turns out to be role-based access control. Literally nobody has ever got excited about role-based access control.
Look, they don't have any joy in their lives. You just let them have it.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. They are the sort of people who do actually, without irony, sign off "best regards" in life. Not everybody needs to be wildly funny, I don't think, but I still think there's space for humanity, even when you're talking about role-based access control.
Yeah.
Right. And that's so how I would approach it is saying like, okay, what is the story that we can tell here that makes this actually meaningful to somebody, rather than just, oh, my product team told me that we should announce this feature that they've worked for 12 months on.
And okay, so I think there's a couple ways to go about it, right? We could actually find a story of somebody who really needed role-based access control and talk about that person. Or we could look for some sort of goofier, funnier, like brainstorming around the concept, like free associate around the concept of role-based access control. And I immediately go to like, what is the worst case scenario of the wrong person having the wrong role? Like, what happens when you put a toddler in the conductor's seat of a passenger train, right? There should be.
Yeah. 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 The tension with a lot of this stuff is that, if you're a company called OmniSync, by the way, like I bet that you're not that fun.
I
And so
know.
we've got to find this sort of angle, which is like both something that somebody's going to go, I love this,
Hmm.
and also it meets the brief, which is we've got to announce the feature.
Hmm.
I have a question for you, Lianna.
Okay.
When you um, when you think about being a funny person and also writing for serious companies, how do you balance that?
I tell clients that I will not project my brand on you, right? Like I often have to do a little bit of education around humor. People think that you're either funny or you're not. I think of humor as a spectrum, right? So if we're all the way over here in OmniSync world, we're not going to go all the way over here to Cards Against Humanity land where I like to live. We're just going to crank the dial a little bit, like scoot a little bit. So as much as I try to live, I try to live on the line where I'm challenging you a little bit, but I'm also still respecting your existing brand, your audience, what they, not going from 0 to 100. Yeah, and so I think that's how I temper it, and I'll look for one example that doesn't feel too outlandish. So the toddler in the train is too outlandish. That's too far to the end of the spectrum. Maybe this is more like uh, a series of gates that you keep having to open, or like, I don't know, we could use our shepherd example. Like if you keep having to shepherd your users around and you're spending your whole day managing user permissions, get the automated sheep corral. That's again too far probably. So I have these sort of guardrails built in. Is that a really long and involved answer to your question?
No, it's good because
Okay.
it's a real challenge for people.
Yeah.
Like when I work with people, actually, I have the opposite experience to you. I think people sometimes will literally hire me because they've seen something that I've written and say, "We want that," right?
Hmm.
Like we want your specific, weird kind of like absurdist approach to
Hmm.
to this stuff. Um, and then I'm like, well, okay, yeah, we still do need to kind of hit kind of the informational points as well. But we, ultimately, yeah. I mean, you hired me, not just kind
Yeah.
of Claude or whatever.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I think there's ways that you can drop meaningful humor into stuff that makes sense for both the brand and also for you and
Hmm.
for the person reading it. So like some different angles for this would be, hang on, let's do a note here. So some different angles we could take this in would be something like so you've got your, what did you say, your shepherd
Yeah. Shepherd,
Gates,
baby Gates.
shepherd
Like
baby
you're
Gates,
constantly
baby
just,
shepherd Gates.
yeah, exactly. It's baby
That's
sheep,
Bill and
lambs.
Melinda's illegitimate child. um Sorry, the humor to someone else. Then we've got, oh, how about this one? How about if we wrote this from somebody on the product team to somebody else in the team
Mm,
about I don't know, an email concerning Jeff. Uh,
I love that. Yeah. And Jeff is the person who constantly needs hand-holding when it comes to
yeah,
user permissions. Love it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people would immediately think about who the heck is Jeff. Oh, I
Yeah.
know Jeff. And then we could kind of we could take that angle and run with that.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm noticing that your approach is often sort of, and I'm completely like typecasting based on this one thing you said, but it's like role based and sort of internal and
yeah.
very like reader focused, which I love. And I think I tend to start with scenario based. And
Okay.
another place that I'll start is like, what's the worst thing that can happen when this is not taken care of or managed well?
Yeah, the Dr.
Let's go to
Pepper
the
approach.
wait. What is the Dr. Pepper approach?
Uh, oh my gosh. Are you showing your age here? Do you not remember the ad?
Are they older than you?
I don't think so. Maybe. I'm a 65-year-old banker.
Mm, I'm a
Um,
thousand.
no, what the Dr. Pepper slogan memorably used to be Dr. Pepper, what's the worst that can happen? No, wait, hang on. That's the new one. It used to be So Misunderstood.
None
Or
of
is it?
this is ringing any bells. Maybe I've just never seen a Dr. Pepper commercial. I did grow up not watching TV, so that my formative years were unshaped by advertising, and that's why I am the way that I am.
We'll put it in
What's the
here
worst that can happen?
for the
Well,
avoidance of doubt.
it's like it's an improv question, right? If this, then what? How can we make this the worst possible version of itself? Because that's where funny often lives.
Yeah.
And I think you're doing that with an email concerning Jeff's access, but
Yeah.
it's immediately very personal, and you're right when you say absurd because that's very absurd. Yeah, I love it.
One other angle is a bit closer to the OmniSync current angle, which is effectively like find an early user
Hmm.
and tell the story. Tell it like very straight laced. If and that's a great way to get a human element in without anyone going, "Hey, this might offend someone." So like choose tell a user story.
And is that like the story of Jeff?
Yeah, oh, well, it could be, but it could equally literally be somebody who tested this product.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And we could anonymize somebody if we wanted to make it a bit more kind of candid. Like we could choose a person who, experience they experience something with somebody in their company, and that's the kind of the origin, the pain.
Hmm.
And then it's like agitation, and then solution, which is
Oh,
classic. And the
classic
solution
pass.
is our pass. Is that what we called it? No,
What is
our
it? Our
back.
our
See
our
how
back.
our back. See how memorable that is. We
Um,
literally, it's written there, and I still couldn't remember it.
And this is so I think this like brainstorming process is also where you're allowed to write down the dumb ideas that don't really have any legs. And so within that context, I submit our back, your back, my back, who's back, like who's on first. Kind of that's way too far and very stupid. But yes, we're back, our back again.
Oh my gosh. Sorry.
Are we back? Are we back?
Baby's got our back. Um, can you say that? Are we allowed to say that anymore? I
I
think you
think we're
are.
allowed to say that, but I don't think OmniSync, this made-up company, would allow us to say that.
Maybe this is the pre-header. Um, yeah. Okay. So, all right. So look, let's choose one.
Yeah.
Which
I
one do you
vote
want
for
to choose?
I like yours. I like an email concerning Jeff's access because I think it
Okay.
it has potential spots within it for the other pieces that we've come up with.
Yeah.
Including like I feel like Jeff's personal shepherd, and I'm just running around opening all these baby gates for him. And Jeff has hands. Jeff is a full-grown adult man. He should be able to manage his own access, right?
Okay. All right. Baby Shepherd Gates. Nice.
So dumb.
And then how about for the solution, we weave in this
Hmm.
this what's the worst that can happen if we give
Yeah,
him the correct RBAC access.
yeah,
All right. Well, should we do
yeah.
suggesting?
Let's do it. Should
Um,
I open this and also be suggesting, or should I just?
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Let's do that. Do you
Is
have
it
the
weird if we
link?
both work on it at the same time?
I'm going to put it in your chat here. Here we go. There you go. All right. Hopefully you'll be able to open that. So we're starting them with an email regarding Jeff's access.
Oh, okay. And then immediately, I think because the humor of this comes from the sort of situational absurdity, we can actually maintain this sort of like faux professional like tone. So,
Yeah.
like, I wanted to bring an issue to your attention, something like that.
Yeah. Somebody who was writing this email would never say hi. It would just be straight into the first name.
Yeah, yeah. We know that as your organization scales, managing. So we're sort of, and I think this is the easy way to do it, the easiest way to do it for somebody who's watching. Like the structure of this email can stay the same. We just want to say the same things in a different way, probably. And we
It's
might
so
find that
true.
it,
It's totally true. The structure is there, right?
yeah,
So in this one, we're effectively saying, here's the problem,
yeah.
um, and basically, here's the
Here's
solution,
the
right?
solution. Yeah.
But
And
we
here's
probably
how the
need,
solution works.
yeah, we probably need an agitation in there somewhere, right? So
Hmm.
why don't we do this?
Which is the Dr. Pepper question. If we let Jeff go off on his own, what is he going to break?
Yeah. Um, so, so then what if we say instead of we know that as your
Hmm.
organization scales, um, the company is growing fast. And while that's exciting, problem is that we're also losing control of who gets access to what and why.
Yes.
For instance,
Yesterday, I found Jeff uh,
yeah,
fiddling inside, whatever file he should never have had access to, like yesterday. Or like,
yeah,
I know it's not a real physical thing, but like I found Jeff in the basement playing with the trash compactor. He shouldn't
yeah,
be there.
just yeah, exactly. Okay, cool. So for instance, just while thinking that they're a project management tool, um, what if Jeff deploys accidentally a team of co-workers to use the trash compactor in the basement?
Is that is that a thing that would happen in a project management tool?
Well, it depends. Did Jeff create a project?
I'm
Jeff
trying to
test
think of the
project.
silliest thing that can happen in a project management tool. Maybe it's like yesterday, Jeff somehow got into a restricted project and promised the client deliverables that were not within scope or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's a very service
I like
framework.
it. I like it. For instance, just yesterday, Jeff, our newest intern, uh, got access to the um, Daegu Corp uh, Inc.
Daegu,
project. Uh,
disgustingly efficient guys, Corp.
Daegu Corp project, um, and where we have been dealing with a tense situation already. What was the tense situation, Lianna?
I'm gonna parenthetical that, as you know, uh, Daegu Corp are insisting that. Well, we have okay. Mm, OmniSync is a B2B collaboration and project management tool. Am I making this too complicated?
I want to hear what your tense situation is, or else what Jeff did when he gained access.
Yeah, I'm getting because this is a project management tool and he's getting into their own project management system. I am now conflating the two things. And so I'm wondering if Jeff needs to be getting into something that's not a project, or like
Interesting.
Jeff got access to our code base and deployed an ASCII portrait of his cat into our source code.
Um, yes, I like it. Let's
And
put
I can
that there.
actually, I'll go find that.
Are you gonna bring the that? Yeah, lovely.
1,000%, big dog, you
Picture.
know it.
P.S. Picture attached.
Or a picture, picture in line.
Yeah,
Uh,
amazing. Okay, well, I'll write this then. While you do that.
okay.
Uh,
I've already, I have it bookmarked, so I'm already in here.
Brilliant, fantastic. I have this one bookmarked. It doesn't do it in Google Marks, Google Things. Jeff, recently discovered.
Maybe it needs to be smaller than this.
Jeff recently discovered a tool called see.
Please see attached. Please see below. Just please see below, and you'll do the preamble. What kind of gets messed up?
Whoa.
It's not supposed to look like that. It's not supposed to have like double spacing.
Kind of got cat nipples.
Cat nipples are what you grow when you eat too much catnip.
There you go. Okay. And deployed the following image into the live project source.
Yeah, and then we can get rid of please see below and just do a colon. Yeah, perfect. Oops, sorry. Did I delete something? No, I can't. No. Go away. Okay, there we go.
I'm just going to accept the changes in a second. Yeah, that's the funniest accept changes I've ever seen. I've never accepted changes on the cat portrait before. Oh, we messed up the years.
Yes. Well, because we're both suggesting.
Okay.
Okay, regarding Jeff's access, I wanted to bring an issue to your attention. The company is growing fast, and while that's exciting, the problem is that we're losing control of who gets access and why. I'm going to take out also. For instance, just yesterday, Jeff, our newest intern, got access to the Daegu Corp Inc. project where we've been dealing with a tense situation already, as you know. Jeff recently discovered a tool called ASCII. I've never used it, and deployed the following image into the live project source code. Like, I don't need to tell you that this was extremely embarrassing. Jeff should never have had access to this project or something like that.
Yes. And where I would take this next is a very straight-laced pitch for the actual feature. So not with, we could almost leave this, and it's like not with our new advanced permissions framework. It's IT have told me that our project management tool, OmniSync, now supports an enhanced, an advanced.
Yeah, there it is.
Missions framework.
Sorry, I'll get out of your way.
So, leverage. I hate leverage. Yeah. So what? Yeah. So I would basically almost. I think we could.
I think just becomes control, and leverage granular control over becomes control. I think control who can view, edit, share critical project data.
E.g., not Jeff.
Yes, perfect. The other thing I want to say, if we were to come back to the ASCII art, like if we can't make that work, another option would be to picture of the offender and then find like the derpiest like headshot photo we can and put it on a fake key card. And then the caption could be like, Jeff also left his company key card in the break room or like outside of his car. Like he can't stop fucking up.
Amazing. Yes. And then time permitting, I would basically
Mhm.
just rephrase this key features
Yeah.
thing as a short sentence.
Yeah.
So I
And
would
add
say
a little
basically something like,
formatting.
yeah, well, that's fine. You could just literally do that.
I mean, sorry, just
We should look into the following features of their new RBAC tools. What is RBAC again? Role-based access control.
And then I think I'm just gonna skip for the rest because I have a fun PS idea. Like, while I was typing this email, Jeff sent me 17 requests to enter another restricted project, or like, what is the thing that he's doing while we're trying to keep him out?
Yeah. 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 Something like that, regardless.
Please enable the OmniSync features at your earliest convenience today.
Um,
Okay.
and then basically what I'd say is just kind of bringing this back, you can find setup instructions here. And then I basically link out to the either the help center article
Mhm.
or directly to the view in the app that
Yep.
allows you to actually set that stuff up.
Yep.
Um, uh,
Please help.
yeah, please help soonest. Uh, what's the person sending it? Do you reckon? What's her name?
Oh, it's gotta be
His
like
name?
a Sharon or a Linda, the classic improv names
Oh,
of, like, the
Linda.
beleaguered middle-aged woman.
Yeah.
And what's her title?
Belinda.
Belinda. We need a title that reflects the person receiving this email.
What?
So, product manager?
Head of
Head of
digital exclusion. um, uh, yeah, project manager. Oh, wait, head of project management. Is that what we're saying? Product management, did
I
you
think
say?
it's product, yeah, 'cause if she's on the product team and they're using OmniSync to manage projects, then we need to start using these, additional features. Head of project management, and then maybe I don't know, this is probably too much, and this is where we could go through and edit judiciously, but something like, "Not Jeff's keeper." You know, we probably have
Um,
too many parenthetical asides. Or maybe we do a little strike through joke when we do head of Jeff management. I'm just and
how
this
do I
is again like, oh, it's not gonna accept my changes.
how do I do a
Um,
strike? Oh, you did
of
it.
Jeff
I can do it.
management. No, I did it. I just had to accept it first. But like, because you and I have done this a lot, I think we can be like, "That's probably a bridge too far," right? Like,
Yeah, yeah,
it's elegant enough without the stuff, and so this is the kind of thing that I'll play around with,
yeah,
um, and then end up deleting before I send to the client.
yeah. All right,
Because as
so
much as I like things to be zany, not everybody likes that. Head of product management. No, come back. I'm just gonna retype it.
way to go.
Shit. It's me, the person who's never used Google Docs before.
What are you writing, Lianna?
Nothing. I was trying to fix her title this whole time.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so if
Okay,
we accept all the changes, should we read through it?
let's do it. Wow,
I know.
so many changes to accept.
Beautiful.
Woo.
I love your note about not putting hi because that is perfect. People do not greet each other when it is important and annoying.
Are you down here? Accept.
I think we can do one of the two, for instance, versus just yesterday's.
Yeah. Okay. Here, I'll turn off.
Play the following image of a cat. I think we should do image of a cat
There you
because
go.
if it doesn't render, then we know.
Okay.
I did try to single space this also, but it just looks like shit.
Well, I think
See?
that's probably my thing. I would
Yeah,
also
go.
screenshot that potentially.
Yeah,
Oh, that
yeah.
looks much better.
I
That's weird.
made it a courier font, but I can also just do a screenshot that I'll drop in.
I almost never send images in an email. Uh,
Really?
and yeah, almost never. But actually, this is one of those instances where I would, for sure.
I think that's the way to go. Yes, okay.
Ah! We did
No,
it. We did it at the same time.
I didn't do anything. I blame you entirely.
Sorry. Okay. Regarding
I
Jeff's
wanted
access.
I love a caption, and I kind of want a caption even though it breaks the idea that this is a personal email. I kind of just wanna be like, "What kind of cat even is this?" Like,
Yeah.
why do
um, I immediately feel better about this email based on where we started it. This is so much
Yeah,
better.
yeah,
And sometimes, like even a pretty straight laced company might break a kind of a brand style to if they were really excited about launching a feature.
yeah.
We're not all PostHog, obviously, but
My goal is
but
that we all become postdoc.
well, I think they've sort of proved that having a great product and letting their marketing team go wild marketing it is probably a pretty good way to go about it in a market where they were the underdogs and now they're very much the overdogs. Uh,
The overhogs, if you will.
yeah,
I was like, what if their about page just had like 47 feral hogs and like as pictures of just 47 feral hogs? Did that reach the UK? That
I'm not sure what we're talking about, but
okay.
it sounds interesting.
It was a cultural phenomenon, and I want to say it was 47 feral hogs escaped and were like running, not escaped, but were running around some town, maybe Texas, and 47 feral hogs became like a verbal meme
My gosh.
for a couple years there. Anyway, so this is where you test your humor and you make sure that it is, if you
Yeah.
want it to be universal.
Yeah, yeah. All right.
Yeah. Anyway, we did it.
Um We did it. I'm happy with this. I think it's a good email.
Yeah.
If somebody sent this to me, I'd probably forward it to my friend and say,
Yes.
these guys have lost their minds. And also, we should set up these features.
Yes.
I've never been excited about our back before.
Yeah. We're bringing our
Yep.
back. Anyway,
Yep. Yep. Yep.
cool.
Yep.
Uh,
Okay. So, uh, if you want to learn to write emails like this, what should you do?
oh, what a great question, Mark. You should come to our paid workshop that we're running, and we will add a link somewhere near or in or around this post for you to buy a ticket. And I believe we're only doing 10 or 15 spots because we want to be able to work with people directly.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
going to be exciting. A couple of hours, one day to level up your email marketing. And if you level up your email marketing, it's a ship. Wait, it's a rising tide, and there are ships on it. And the ship is your revenue. And so it
Beautifully
goes up.
said. Just poetic.
Yeah. Yep. Put me in the National Library. Uh, okay. Yeah. So definitely come along to that. We'll send details around here. And also, you'll hear
Somewhere.
from us individually at some point soon. And we'll see you then, and it will be great.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you. Goodbye.